the hate is so strong. Why are you hating it? Why are you loving it? I've got 5 or 6, I think, different images that I'm going to talk about that just have the guts twisting of fans because they're so angry or they're so happy. And we need to discuss this because some of it I'm not really understanding. We're going to start with this image right here that you see. But if this image, doesn't bother you, don't worry. The next one has really been ticking people off. First, we got to talk about what this image is. I did another short little video on it, so I won't go into great detail. But basically, it's from the sneak peek footage at CinemaCon, but it's a part that supposedly we didn't see. I have no idea if that's even true. I'm not even sure if that's what this is, but that's what people are saying. And people are kind of like hating on it because they're saying it's just AI and they had to use AI to even make David Corenswet look good. Now, I will admit, I don't particularly enjoy the texture design of the new Superman 2025 David Corenswet suit. But I don't hate the suit. I just don't like the texture. I don't like that rubber suit look. I'm not a big fan of that. I feel like we're going back to Batman Forever styles with that. But the difference with the Batman Forever style is that it actually showed your muscles. This suit is just like this baggy thing that doesn't have anything. So let me know in the comments if you hate this style or if you love this style. Personally, I don't have much problem with it. I just don't like that baggy, rubbery look. But I love the trunks. I love the new 52 design, which I'm not even really that big of a fan of the new 52 suit, but I think it looks good. I don't think it's that. I'm not a big fan of the bagginess. But I haven't chosen a I love it or I hate it stance. That's what I don't understand. So many people on all these images that I'm going to be talking about here, they're just taking it and they're saying the movie's going to be terrible, the movie's going to be great. You don't have a clue. You don't know. So tell me in the comments why you feel so confident in that decision. I'm hopeful for the movie, but I'm also aware that it could just be a piece of trash. Okay, next image we're going to talk about is, let's go with this one right here. Krypto in general. I've seen many comments on my channel talking about how Krypto is the only reason people are excited and they don't realize it. They're saying that you're excited about this dog, you're not excited about Superman. I have a similar argument about people liking Man of Steel. One of the things that Man of Steel was missing was a good romance. And in Man of Steel, in the original Christopher Reeve movie, they had a great romance, and in Man of Steel, Amy Adams and Henry Cavill had no chemistry whatsoever. And when people brag about Man of Steel, I have never heard somebody say the chemistry between them was just wonderful, because it wasn't. And I think what's happening is people are saying that Krypto is just like getting into the hearts of fans already. They're so happy, they love him, and they're not realizing that they don't even like Superman. They're just liking the dog. Now, I don't know if I personally feel that way. I do think the dog adds an extra flair of excitement that we have not yet seen in the cinema, unless you maybe consider the raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a similar aspect. I hope this dog doesn't talk. But I know that people are actually believing that you don't even care about Superman because he sucks that much. What you're actually liking is the dog. I don't know. There's some scenes in the trailer, not just the sneak peek, but the actual trailer, where I'm like, this is a pretty cool looking Superman. Like, he looks like he's going to be doing some stuff, and it's not the dog that I'm excited about. I actually hope they don't make the movie about the dog. I'm a little nervous about that, to be honest. Next image we're going to talk about. Now, the one after this is probably going to be the one that I think a lot of people are mad about, but let's focus on this one first. Krypto beating up Superman. You guys, I have seen this all over the comments of my other videos, and some of you are really upset with the fact that the dog is hurting Superman. Okay, think about it. He's probably not used to Superman being hurt. This is probably a new thing. And from what I've heard, David Corenswet say in an interview, I think it was with Entertainment Tonight or something, he acted like this was kind of an orphan situation. This might actually be kind of fresh in this movie, having Krypto. This might not be something that he's totally used to at this point. But Krypto's probably not used to Superman getting hurt. He's probably not used to the fact that Superman actually can bleed and actually can have broken bones and a damaged bladder, which was a strange detail to mention, if you ask me. But it it really doesn't bother me because I've known many people's dogs. They're like, "Oh, he's nice, he's sweet," and it's like I'm injured, maybe I have a hurt knee or whatever, and they're just all over me and they're hurting me, and I'm like, "Oh," and they're like, "Oh, he's playing you." I'm like, "It hurts," and they don't realize that your dog's not this perfect thing that you think it is. And I've heard people say, "Oh, my dog wouldn't do that." Your dog wouldn't do that after it realizes that you're hurt. And he's probably never been hurt in front of Krypto. So it probably took him a little bit. And he does seem like one of those kind of stupid dog types, like love him and hate him at the same time kind of dogs. Okay, the next image, guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe. This is a brand new channel. This is not a studio. I did not set this up. This is just how I live. Anyways, so let me know what you think about these so far. We're moving on to Hurt Superman. I thought it was genius that James Gunn started his trailers this way. Let me tell you why first, before we get into the validation of people being upset about it. One of the biggest complaints as a huge Superman fan my entire life is people have always said, Superman's too powerful. Superman can't be hurt. Superman, the storylines are too blah, blah, blah. He can be hurt. He absolutely can. And Cavill's Superman was only pretty much hurt with Kryptonite. Otherwise, he was just this super powerful, godlike person. This is showing us a Superman that whenever we watch him get into a battle, we no longer can have this instant feeling of, okay, he's going to get out of this for sure. That's what he's done here. He's geniusly crafted a way for whenever you watch the movie to have a little bit of fear and concern for the situations he gets into. And because of his ability to do character creation, James Gunn, that is, I think that we're going to see him getting into situations where we see like love and we see chemistry and we see relationships develop with others. And the fact that he gets in these dangerous situations and it could be the end, that's going to be scarier. And yes, I know they killed off Henry Cavill in Man of Steel, or in that series, twice. They killed him off twice. If you remember Batman versus Superman, he died, but that nuclear weapon came back, then died again, then came back again. So he's got that godlike feeling. I don't feel like that as much with the Superman. People are calling that weak. I've never seen Henry Cavill fight anything like this that was in the trailer. Never. Henry Cavill. So, no, he's not weak. He's just not completely immortal. The final image. This one right here. First of all, you can't fault David Corenswet for this shot. Second of all, I don't really think the shot's that bad. I have a degree in radio and television, and we worked a lot with like cameras and different lenses and, close-ups and all this. All that's happening here, I could tell by looking at it. And I know this is old now. This is old news. But guys, it's really simple. It's a very close shot. The camera's lined up. The center of the lens is lined up with one of his eyes. And then the other eye is focused in the same direction that eye is focused on. But since it's lined up with this eye, it ends up making it look like his eyes are kind of off. And his head is extended, which is going to change the shape of your face. And when your head is up and you're trying to go straight like that, flying is not a normal human position. Like, you guys get that, right? So he's having to look up, causing him to raise his eyebrows. And it's just a funny looking shot because of how close in it came. I don't think it looks bad, though. I don't think it looks bad at all. I do find it strange that people thought there was a lot of CGI involved in his face. I see that there's a general cinematic filter, which is all these superhero movies. Like, they do that kind of stuff throughout the entire movies, especially in action scenes, because it helps the CGI stuff to look like the real stuff and vice versa. But I don't know, guys. I see a lot of hate in this movie. Let me know in the comments if the hate is justified, but more importantly, why. I did a whole video on a fact that somebody gave me a comment that said this movie is terrible, sorry. And I've gotten a lot of those types of comments. Tell me why. I want to have a conversation down here. I want to know what the deal is, because if you love it, that's good too. But tell me why. Tell me why. Saying that he's just the best Superman ever, we haven't even really seen him speak. We haven't seen Clark Kent speak at all. We've heard him say home and Krypto, you know, but we don't know enough to assume either way. I'm very excited about the prospect of this movie. And I think it's looking like it's coming along well, but I don't know. It may turn out terrible. I don't know. I'm done. Let me know in the comments.